In a small, quiet village in Nigeria, where everyone knew each other and life was simple, lived a young girl named Ella. Ella was 18 years old. She lived with her mother in a small mud house with a zinc roof. They were not rich, but they were happy. Every morning, Ella woke up early. She swept the yard, she fetched water from the stream, she helped her mother in their small farm. They planted maize, tomatoes, and pepper, and they fed from selling some of the farm products in their small village market. Life was simple. In the evening, Ella would sit outside with her mother. They would talk and laugh. Sometimes they would watch the sunset together. Ella would gather some of her mates to come listen to her mother's folktale stories before they go to sleep every night, and they all enjoyed listening to the stories. The village was peaceful and calm. Everyone knew each other because it was a small village. Ella had only one friend named Sarah, whom she liked so much. They did almost everything together to the point people would think they were sisters. One day, in one of their discussions, Ella said, "I can't wait to leave this village and go to the city so I can get a job and take care of my mom." And Sarah replied saying, "Well, I don't mind staying here with my parents so long as we have what to eat and also happy as a family." They were both done with secondary school, but no hope for any further education. So they just helped their parents with farm work and hoping for better days. One December, something changed. Ella's cousin, Nora, came back from the city. Nora wore shiny shoes. She carried a big phone. She spoke fast and confidently. She talked about tall buildings, shopping malls, bright lights, and sweet food. She said, "In the city, life is sweet. There are big houses. There are many jobs. There are fun places everywhere." Ella listened with wide eyes. That night, Ella could not sleep. She kept thinking, "Maybe my life can be better in the city," she thought. After much thought, she told Sarah that she is thinking of going to the city for greener pastures. "What are you saying? Where do you think you'll stay when you get to the city?" Sarah asked. "My aunt's house, of course," Ella replied. Sarah tried to discourage her from going because she didn't think it would be a good idea staying with Auntie Maria, knowing the kind of person she is. But Ella said, "Don't worry, I can handle her." The next morning, she went to the kitchen when her mother was cooking. She said, "Mama, I want to go to the city. I want to stay with Auntie Maria. I want a better life. Let me at least look for a small job so I can take proper care of you." Her mother stopped cooking. She looked at Ella quietly. "My daughter," her mother said softly, "city life is not easy. Your aunt is very busy. Besides, I cannot stay here alone without you." But Ella insisted. "I'm an adult now, Mama. I am grown. I want to try. Please, let me go." "Ella," her mother called, "I know we are struggling. I also know that life isn't better for us, but I'm trying. We are trying to make sure we have food to eat. We are better than some people in this village who cannot even afford one square meal, and I'm thankful to God for that. You don't even know how city life is. How do you plan to cope when you get there?" Her mother's eyes filled with tears. "Mama, I know you are trying, but let me also try. Don't worry about how I will cope. I'll be 19 soon, so I'm not a child," said Ella. After many days of talking and thinking, her mother finally agreed. "Okay," she said slowly, "but promise me you will be careful with everyone, including men." "I promise," Ella said happily. Later that evening, her mother called her sister Maria and informed Ella about her decision of coming to the city. The sister didn't like the idea at first, but after much talk, she accepted that Ella could come, but reminded her that she's a very busy person and may not have time to stay at home with Ella all the time. Ella didn't have a problem with staying alone at home. So far, she leaves the village. Weeks later, after the holiday period, Ella started her plans to move to the city, and finally, the day came. Sarah and her mother wished her journey mercies, and Ella left. The journey to the city felt long. When Ella arrived, she was shocked. So many cars, so many people, noise everywhere. Tall buildings stood like giants. At first, Ella felt excited. "Wow," she whispered, "this place is beautiful." Her auntie welcomed her, but she looked tired. Auntie Maria worked in a big office. Although she doesn't like rendering help, she would always say, "I don't have money to give to anyone." She leaves home early every morning and comes back late at night. Most days, Ella stayed inside alone. At first, she enjoyed watching television, but soon she became bored. There was no farm, no fresh air, no quiet evenings. One day, she waited for her auntie to return from work. She met her and said, "Auntie, I'm tired of always staying at home without doing anything. I need something to do. Any small job I can do to get paid so I can help Mama in the village and also get some things for myself." Auntie Maria replied in a harsh tone, saying, "Did you keep any work here? Or do you think job is in the streets waiting for you to come and get them? Please sort yourself out and don't involve me in that because I'm busy with my life." Ella felt bad at her auntie's response but couldn't do anything. She just turned and went back to her room. That night, Ella thought about so many things, even the ones her mom told her when she chose to come to the city. She almost started regretting why she made the decision, but something in her told her not to regret it because she would definitely make it in the city. One afternoon, Ella met some young girls around her age outside the compound. They dressed nicely, they laughed loudly. They said, "We know you are new here. Come with us, let's walk around." Ella hesitated a little bit, but followed afterwards. They went to different places, they took pictures, they laughed. For the first time since coming to Lagos, Ella felt noticed. She began spending more time outside with her newfound friends. She had no idea what they do and who their parents were. She just wanted to be seen. She told them one day that she needs a job. She needs to make money so she can take care of her mom in the village. One of the girls said, "Why are you looking for a job when you have us?" Another said, "We can help you get a better job that will pay you well." Ella, looking so interested, asked, "Please, what kind of job is it? I'm ready." "But even if we decide to help you, your auntie won't let you because the job is mostly at night," says one of the girls. But Ella said she would talk to her auntie about it. Days later, Ella told her auntie about the job. She didn't even know in details what kind of job it is. Her auntie didn't even care to find out who was offering her the job or the time of the work. She just replied her, "Just do whatever you wish to do, so far you won't ask for money or get into trouble." With that response, Ella went ahead and informed her friends that her auntie has accepted and asked them when to start. A day finally came when Ella was supposed to start the so-called job. Her friends had given her time and location where she would meet up with them. When she got to the place, they asked her to change into the new dress they gave her. She felt so uncomfortable in the dress because it was so short and revealing. They told her that's the dress code. They dressed Ella up with a beautiful afro wig and fine accessories to match with it. She looked different and beautiful after all the makeover, but she still demanded to know why she needed to change into all that. They told her she will find out herself. When they were finally ready, they took her to a house where they met 3 men in their mid-30s. Ella was scared and asked lots of questions. Without giving her any answer, one of the men went to Ella and said, "You look so beautiful." He was just all over her. Already, Ella's friend had followed the other 2 men to their rooms, leaving her alone there with him. He said, "My name is Mike, and you?" Ella looked up in fear and said, "My name is Ella." "Beautiful name," Mike said. "Why are you here?" he asked Ella. She didn't realize when she told him everything and how she ended up there with him that night. They ended up just talking, smiling, and laughing with each other, and they enjoyed each other's company. Soon, her friends came out and said it was time for them to go home. Ella stood up and they all left. When they got home, she was very mad at them and felt disappointed knowing the kind of job they do. They showed her the money they made, but unlike Ella, she didn't get any money. Besides, Mike didn't touch her. They only talked and laughed. They were angry at her, but said till next time. As the days passed, Ella's friends told her that Mike was asking after her. In fact, he wants to see you tonight. She refused going out with them again, but after much persuasion, she agreed to go out again just because Mike asked. Weeks later into meeting Mike, a relationship started between them. Although Mike's friends had warned against dating Ella because she's a night worker, but Mike said he didn't mind, that he's just waiting for something. Mike got her a mobile phone so they can talk more. Ella started going out even more to visit Mike. Her auntie was too busy to ask questions about where she goes, who she hangs out with, and how she got a mobile phone. Weeks passed. Ella started looking different from the village girl looks to a better city girl look with beautiful dresses and wigs. She likes her life better now. Sometimes her auntie would just look at her and say, "Ella, please, be careful." But she was always rushing to work and did not have time to sit and talk deeply. Ella felt free, plus the fact that she now has a city boyfriend who buys her fancy stuffs. But she did not understand the danger of being careless and so free with Mike, whom she just met. One morning, Ella felt very weak. Days passed, she did not feel like herself. After some time, she discovered she was pregnant. Her heart began to beat fast. She was afraid. She wondered how it happened, but later remembered it happened one of the days she visited Mike. He had given her a lot of alcohol, and it was her first time, so she couldn't do much. She did not know what to do. She ran to her friends and they said, "We brought you for a job. Instead, you entered a relationship with a customer and lost your senses. Please, don't involve us. Handle it yourself." She felt her life was over. She cried and cried in her room without knowing what next to do. She informed Mike and he said he wasn't ready to be a father and encouraged her to get rid of it. After much talk, Mike still insisted she gets rid of it, but Ella was scared because she has heard stories of how dangerous it can be. Mike stopped speaking to her, blocked her calls, and even stopped seeing her. When her aunt found out, she was shocked and angry. "Ella, I brought you here to help you have a better life," her aunt cried. "I cannot take care of you and a baby. I am already struggling with my life and career." Her aunt didn't even inform her sister that she's sending her back. She took her to the park the next morning and sent her home. When Ella arrived, her mother saw her from far away. She noticed her daughter's sad face. She knew something was wrong. When the truth came out, her mother sat down quietly. Tears rolled down her cheeks. "My daughter," she said softly, "I warned you. I wanted to protect you." Ella cried. "I am sorry, Mama." People laughed at her and also mocked her mother. They took all the mockery and continued to strive. Months later, Ella gave birth to a baby girl. The baby was small and beautiful, but life became very hard. There was not enough money. Ella came home with only the fancy things Mike got her. Her mother worked longer hours on the farm. Food was sometimes not enough, but her best friend Sarah was there to support in every little way. Ella now understood something very important. Life is not always sweet in the city, and freedom without wisdom can bring pain. One night, as Ella rocked her baby to sleep, she spoke softly. "I made mistakes, but I will not give up." She decided to learn a skill in the village. She could not wait for her baby to grow more. She just needed to help and provide for her child. She started learning how to sew clothes from a neighbor. It was not easy. She had to carry her baby on her back while working, but she did not complain. Little by little, she improved. It took her time to learn, but she didn't give up. Mike never reached out to her again, but she had accepted her faith and the truth that Mike just deceived her into believing he loved her, not knowing it was all pretense. Months later, she learned how to make simple dresses. People in the village began bringing clothes for her to sew. She started earning small money from it. She started supporting her mother with her little earnings. This time, she was wiser. Do not rush. Do not believe everything you see. Think before you act, Ella would say to teenagers each time she finds the opportunity to do so. Ella learned something powerful. The city is not bad. The village is also not bad. But wherever you go, you must have wisdom. You must listen to good advice. You must think about tomorrow. Being an adult does not mean you know everything. True maturity is making wise choices. Ella's journey was painful, but it made her stronger. And one day, as she watched her child playing outside their small house, she smiled. She had made mistakes, but she had learned. And she wouldn't allow her child make same mistakes she made. And now, she was building a better future, slowly, patiently, and wisely for herself and her daughter. Final message from this story. Before you leave home chasing a better life, ask yourself, am I ready? Do I have guidance? Am I prepared for challenges? Because every decision has consequences. Choose wisely.